Oh, you interrupted me. Welcome back to my channel. What I want to talk about today is basic things you're going to need for raising chickens. Okay, I know a lot of people are getting into chickens this year, ordering chicks online in light of what's been going on with all the chicken stuff, egg prices, the feed and all that stuff. Eggs are just ridiculously expensive. I mean, just stupid crazy. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any better anytime soon. So if you get chickens and you want to raise chickens for eggs, that's pretty much the best thing you're going to need to do. And chickens are very easy to care for too. There's not much, they pretty much take care of themselves like cats. You're going to need to know bedding, what type of bedding works best in your run. You're going to have a run for them outside the coop. A coop, obviously. Bedding inside the coop also. Roosting bars, nesting boxes, and those kind of things. Feeders. So I want to cover some of that stuff, just some basic things that you're going to need to know. So let's get started. So when you get your chicks, you're going to get those in the mail. You have to go down to the post office. Actually, they're going to call you and for you to pick them up, bring them home, and you have to have a brooder or an area set up for them with water and food and some heat lamps if you're still in the winter time or if the weather's cold. And you have to put their beaks in the water when you first take them out of the box. The food they can find on their own. So after that, they're going to spend approximately 3 to 4 weeks in this brooder or the box that you made, especially for them. By 4 weeks, they should have a lot of feathers on them, and they're ready to move into the coop. Now, as far as food, you're going to want to feed them chick crumbles. They're little, small pieces of chicken feed, easy for them to eat. Pasty butt is something you're going to have to watch out for in new chicks. Their intestines is fairly sterile, so they'll get diarrhea basically very easily, and the diarrhea sticks to their small fuzzy feathers and it plugs up their vents and they could die. I have a video. If you click on the upper right hand corner, there's a video there where I did on pasty butt how to clean them and how to give them probiotics so they don't get it. So at 4 weeks old, they are ready to get out of the coop actually. They'll have all their feathers and they'll want to go exploring outside. So at about 18 weeks, they're going to start laying eggs. The initial eggs are going to be kind of small, but they will get bigger as time goes on. So now obviously you're going to need nesting boxes. I like these here. These are rollaway nesting boxes, or you can use them if the birds get broody and they like sitting on their eggs. You can put pine shavings in there and they can sit on their eggs, and that's what I do. Well, you're going to need some roosting bars for them to sleep at night. I'll put a video card link in the upper right hand corner of this video where you can check how I built these. So you're going to need some feeders. I like these right here. They fit in between the studs and or right on the wall. They will hold a 40 or 50 pound bag of feed, but I just usually put half and half in each one. So you're going to need some waters. I like these here. They come in 3, 5, and 7 gallons. The 7 gallons is a little on the heavy side, but you'll have a lot of water for your chickens. Next, you're going to need a chicken door, and unless you like getting up at sunrise and closing the door at sunset, for them, you're going to need an automatic chicken door opener. This one here is by Ladies First Chicken Door. It's been working great for me, and I'll put a link in the description under the video. So the obvious thing is here is you're going to need a chicken run. This one here and the coop, the small coop you see it attached to, I built in 2017. Or you can go this route where I purchased these 2 runs here, these metal runs, on Amazon. And I will put a link in the description under the video to where I got them. They've been working out really good. They are, I think, 10 by 26 foot. So they're working out really good. Next here, I am feeding my chickens scraps from the greenhouse and garden. These are sweet potato leaves. We just have way too many. We eat a bunch, and the rest, of course, goes all to the chickens. Now in the winter and early spring, it rains a lot here. As you can see here, there's puddles everywhere. The chicken runs are filled with water, and it's just a muddy, stinky mess is what it is. And you really have to stop this from happening. So what my wife did is raked up all the leaves you saw in front of the run. And I went and sucked up all the leaves with the DR leaf vac. And we put all these wonderful leaves inside the run, covered up the water. These will break down in no time and basically turn into compost and fill in that water that was there, and it shouldn't happen again. You could also try hay or straw. We tried this, and it lasts for about a month, much like leaves. It breaks down right away, and it turns compost right into the ground. The best thing to use, in my opinion, is wood chips. Wood chips works great. It lasts a much longer than a month. In fact, it probably lasts a good 6 months before it gets all composted down and turns into dirt. So wood chips would be the best thing to use. So for coop bedding, I like to use pine shavings. I don't do the layer method. I know a lot of people like doing that and let it compost down inside the coop, but I don't think that's very good for the chickens, because that urine ammonia smell gets really bad in there. So what I do is when I start smelling that really bad, it's time to change the shavings, and it's probably once or twice a year. And everything that I put in there, I just put it in a compost pile. It gets composted down, and it goes right into my garden. Now, do you need a rooster to have eggs? The answer is no. A hen will lay eggs no matter what. But if you want to have them fertilized and have baby chicks, you have to have a rooster. Now, if you have one rooster, it's not a problem. But if you have multiple roosters, they could fight. I just recently had 2 of mine fight, and it was pretty bloody, pretty bad. They do that to determine who's boss. It'll happen occasionally. But like I said, I just recently had 2 fight. And that's what happens, unfortunately. They try to figure out who's the leader, and the one that gets beat up the most loses, and he basically stays away from the other hens for a little while. So that's just normal. If you see it happening, you know, if it gets too out of hand like mine did, I break them up. If I'm around, you know. So that'll happen occasionally. But no, you don't need a rooster to have eggs. Most places, like if you live in a subdivision and it's HOA, they won't allow you to have roosters because of that noise. And that's understandable. And if you are in a subdivision without an HOA, be respectful to your neighbors and don't get roosters. Unless they encourage you to have them, but that's very doubtful. So you have to keep those things in mind. That's why we live in the country. No HOAs. Our neighbors are far enough away so they really don't hear them that much. And my neighbor loves them, so that's okay. So guys, I hope this video helped you out in getting and making you decide whether you should get chickens or not. I think you should get them, at least get hens. You'll have an abundance of eggs, trust me. And what we do, we freeze dry our eggs. We have a lot of freeze drying videos that you could watch. Freeze drying your eggs is great. Put them in Mylar bags and put them away long term. In the future, you can always depend on those freeze-dried eggs. All right, guys, so thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.